So first time ever, we're going live with a client who took action after yesterday's live stream. You know, the important thing in life is to, when you see an opportunity, you got to seize the moment. So this young lady is one of the 6 that signed up from yesterday, and I'm going to be doing a live call with her. I'm not going to mention her name unless I clear that she's okay with me mentioning who she is, but I will show you a little bit of data and documentation just showing that she did do what she had to do to get in, right? You see that payment that was made, and she did it today, and we scheduled her first call, and this is the first time ever we're going to live broadcast a initial finance manager training interview. So you're going to be here live. I'm going to get her on the phone right now and just touch base with her and get her ready and prepared to progress her career. I mean, it's really that simple. Hello, Ruby. Janet, how you doing? Jeanette, what's going on? So let's get her on the phone here now. Just bear with me. She has no idea we're live, right? And I hope she's okay with it. But we'll see what happens. Can you hear me okay? Hello, Danielle. Chris Gonzalez from Apex Advising. How are you doing today? I'm so excited to be on the phone with you. I hear some kids in the background. Oh, you are? Well, I need your undivided attention here. Okay, so talk to me. You saw the live stream yesterday, and it's something you've been thinking about for a while, and you decided to, you know what, take the next step and jump in. So what made you make the decision yesterday?
I asked my GM in particular about this back in it was the last day of December, and he's like, "Oh, this is a perfect opportunity for you. I want you in this position because you're a girl and girls do well in this," and yada yada yada. He thought it was a great idea, but I still haven't been in that position because his excuse is we need to sell more cars and they don't want to lose me on the floor and all this stuff. But I definitely want to, move up. I don't want to be a salesperson for the rest of my life. So that's about it.
Well, so I can definitely agree with you. Hang on one second. Let me just, can you hear me? So I can agree with you, and I'm going to tell you one thing. So my experience working within a dealership, a lot of times when you have someone good on the floor and you're giving them an opportunity to progress their career, I was in similar situations. So the fear was, if it didn't work out for me as a finance manager, they would lose me as a sales consultant. So you really, really have to, when we get to that point, you really have to reassure the general manager or the general sales manager, whoever's giving you this opportunity, that you're fully aware that if this doesn't work out, you will accept your position on the floor. If not, I mean, you will wind up, going out on your own and doing what you have to do, but you're being held back. Well, so I'm gonna say this to you before we get started. I promise you, if you follow every step that I give you, how to position yourself, what you physically are going to have to start doing when you go back to your dealership, we are going to position you for a position at that store. And I promise you, you're going to have the confidence, the level of experience that he's going to be looking for to progress your career. Because your first statement to me was, he said women do very well at this. And I have to say that I agree with him 1,000%. And I've always been a general manager that has promoted and moved women through the ranks, because I feel that they're more methodical I feel that they present things better. They have a better presence. They're disarming, and they just do such a great job. So you have a lot of things working for you in that sense, and taking the experience that you have right now, we're going to be able to leverage and put you in a position where you could begin to really change things and change the game. I mean, it's there. I mean, you're. To be the best, and you know what, if you're not going to do the best, you know, if you're not going to do something for the right reasons, don't do it at all, you know. And so, all right, so now just talk to me a little bit about your experience. How long you been selling cars? Three years. So you just started with that dealership in October? Okay. Did you follow anyone there? You did. Okay. So someone who's been with you for a while, who can vouch for your level of professionalism and attest to your... Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So let me ask you the magic question. Why do you want to do finance? Yeah. Okay. Now I want you. So Danielle, let me just say one thing, right? So, being all of those things are not going to get you into the position. So, I want you to not be so honest with me, and I want you to think about. No, listen. Answering that question from a standpoint of what can I gain, or what sort of benefit can I see, or. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I see it. So that was my next question. The answer is not so much in why you want to do it, because everyone wants to do it because they're... So, and I tell you, so we're going to focus on your why, and your why is why you want to do it. And the answer is in what things can you change? How can the employer benefit by promoting you or putting you in that position? What does that interviewer stand to gain by putting you in that position? And that's ultimately what's going to land you. So I want you to focus a lot of your why in everything that you might feel is wrong or broken with the finance process. And right? You're a solutionist. You find solutions. You find a way, and that's so F&I stands for find and in. Right? It's find and in. The customer's not buying. Find a way to present some products and features that can benefit them, things that they can walk away with feeling like they got something they could really use, and that's. I want you to stay focused on. So great mindset to have. I love it. We're going to talk more about your why, because that's ultimately is what's going to prepare you for your interview. So when you go on an interview, or you sit down with your GSM or your GM and you say, hey, I'm ready. I know you don't think so, and I know you don't want to lose me off the floor, but I am ready, and here is why. If you can impact them with a strong enough why, you're going to wind up progressing your career and doing this right away. So let me give you some more confidence. So Vladimir, the guy I mentioned yesterday, he progressed his career. He went through the training within 30 days, and 10 days later he was doing finance. And he works at Lehman Hyundai. And the guy is a beast, and I can't emphasize this enough. Listen to everything that I tell you to do, why we do it, and I promise you're going to get to exactly where you want to go. So I just want to go over a couple of things here. You filled out the intake form, and I want to go over some of the things that you answered with here. So let's see, it's on my phone. So, what are your 3 most significant accomplishments? You achieved Salesperson of the Month several times, income, and family. So, you like to achieve, you like to provide, and number 1 is your family, and that's amazing. That's awesome. What are your 3 most significant disappointments? Not being able to continue your education. Well, that changes today, right? That changes today. That changes today. What else do we have here? Describe your top 3 strengths. You're a people person. You like to talk? Awesome. You like to help people? You're always looking to do better, and you are determined. So persistence overrides resistance. So here's the deal, right? At the end of the day, once you're done with all the training and you have the knowledge and the necessary skill, and you start to do the things you would be doing, once you're in that position, you start doing them. Even when it means nothing to you, you're doing it now just because you want to help and you want to be in the position and you want to do the things you would be doing if you were already there. So when you begin doing those things, you're going to begin to position yourself for consideration. So as you go through the training, I'm going to give you a real simple step. So I learned this in school. I didn't try to study my work. All I did was review it every single day. So the way you're going to go through each lesson, now you're doing the online training, so you're going to be on your own, but I can see what you're doing. So if I see you speeding through things, I'm going to call you up and say, hey, Danielle, you're going too quick. And the reason why I want you to go at the pace that I'm giving you is because I want to give you that working knowledge. So each lesson is laid out in the order of which you'll be doing the actual finance process. So everything you learn leads into the next thing. So it's real simple. If you did lesson 1 today, I want you to skip a day, and then you're going to come back. So let's say today's Monday, you're going to do lesson 1. On Wednesday, you're going to do lesson 1 and then lesson 2. On Friday, you're going to do lesson 1, 2, and 3. So it's a ramp up. And think about when you watch a movie and you stop and you pause the movie to go get popcorn or go use the bathroom. I don't know about you, but I always rewind a little bit just to get back that ramp up, right? So I can pick up where I left off, but kind of get back in the mood and get back into the storyline and put myself right back into the place where I was before I left. So that's what we're doing throughout this process. So you're going to go through lesson 1 Monday? Yeah. So, and here's what's going to happen. By going through the finance process that way, when you sit down on an interview, you're not only going to explain all the reasons why you can benefit the store, but you're going to be able to explain the entire process as if you already have done it. So that takes away the fear of, hey, if I complete this finance training, but I still don't have the experience, how do I overcome that? Well, if you learn something and you could explain it, can you do it? 1000%, right? So what we're doing is we're basically instilling a real simple. Hold on one second. Yeah. So what we're focused on is we're focused on teaching consistent. You have to be consistent. 100%. So teaching, training, and building something so great that it can teach, train, and stand on its own. That's my goal with you. And so talk to me about your martial arts background. What'd you achieve? it out. Nice. Y tu capoeira. Do you know, oh man, hold on, what's it called? Nago, you know them? Do you know Tamara? Her husband, what's his name? Marcelo. I'm not sure. No, they didn't. No. I don't know. She didn't have a baby. But no, Nago, they're in North Miami. So anyhow, but that's amazing, and it explains a lot why you saw an opportunity, you seized it, and you can't teach those things. It's got to be, well, you can teach it, but it's more of an instinct. So I also have a martial arts background. So does my entire family. Where my daughter got her black belt when she was 7, and it's the most amazing time we ever had together, aside from vacation. But that was awesome. 100%. All right, so here, let me get your pen and paper out. I'm gonna give you some information, and I want you to write this stuff down because there are certain lessons that have cheat sheets, and what I want you to do is when you get to the lessons, I want you to download the cheat sheet. All right, the cheat sheet is going to basically be that thing that you read at any time. So, give you an example. There's a lesson where it goes over industry terms, and it talks about industry terms specific, finance reserve, what is it, holdback, splits with the bank, and a bunch of different terms that are in there. They're on their cheat sheets, as well as when you get to the lesson that covers compliance, there are a bunch of laws in there and regulations that you need to be very familiar with. And I tell you this, and I always emphasize that compliance is something that is threatening the car business because it's the two things that can put you out of business. It's not being profitable and not being compliant. And they both tie into compliance because it's F&I's job. So your job is to become the safekeeper of information, as well as the income generator, the largest profit center in the dealership. All right, and you got to safeguard and keep the place compliant. And you're responsible for the bulk of the money that comes into that place. So funding is a huge thing. It's the lifeline and the blood of the dealership. So we have to keep you sharp and getting funded. So, okay. Once our call is done, I'm going to send you and email you your login credentials. I already have it on my computer right now. All right. So the following lessons have cheat sheets. So make sure you download them. All right. I'm going to give you Module 1, Lesson 3. And then you have Module 2, Lesson 1, Module 2, Lesson 2, Module 3, Lesson 3, Module 2, Lesson 3, yeah. Module 2, Lesson 4, Module 4, Lesson 1, Module 5, Lesson 3, and Module 6, Lesson 3. So aside from the lessons, you can download slide decks, you can do all that stuff. But I tell you, if you just put your earplugs in your ear and you listen and you watch the video lessons, you're going to absorb and learn everything. So one module specific is going to dive you into DealerTrack, Reynolds & Reynolds, and show you how to load deals and submit credit applications and how to read the lender guidelines and where to find the actual lender guidelines and funding guidelines. All right, so when you get to those lessons, you're going to download that information. So let me find your login credentials. I just did it here. Actually, did you get an email a few minutes ago? Oh, awesome. So wait, did you actually get so you've already seen the layout of the actual finance screen on your phone? Okay, so really simple. So what you're going to do is the first video is obviously the welcome video. The second one is going to be access to a private Facebook page that you can join. But my phone is always on. You can text message me, you can call me, you can email me at any time. What I would say is, if you have a question about something you didn't read or you didn't hear about yet, it's probably coming next. So trust the process. Okay, so DocuPad is a lifesaver. It saves you so many steps. You know. Yeah, right. So yeah, don't worry. Don't get caught up on the systems, because every DMS has tutorials that you could just dive into and figure out how to navigate in the screen. The easiest thing to do is to print paperwork. Your focus is, how do you take that deal? How do you analyze it? How do you communicate? How do you do your interview with the customer? How do you build rapport? Which you know how to do from sales. And I always tell aspiring finance managers that F&I is just an extension from the sales process. So what you're going to learn is, you're going to learn to go out and meet the customer on the showroom floor, and what questions to ask, and invite the customer into your office to go over some additional stuff. So, I mean, all of the stuff is laid out in the training, but you are 100% right. So all of these things that you have in your head are great foundations to have you create separation between the people that are already doing it and what you're going to come out knowing. So you're going to be a beast with cash deals. You're going to be a beast on leases. And you're even going to be able to take customers through an online or a phone F&I process. So there's a digital F&I process, and I focus a lot on what Amazon does and how they upsell, and the science of persuasion and things that you're going to be able to use in WordTrack that are going to open up their ears to get you to sell more. So. You could relate to it. And I'm telling you, that's a fact. I've never met one of them. So your relationship with your lender, you selling that deal to the bank, all in the lessons that you're going to be going over. So I'm glad that you're in. I'm glad to be participating in your future and your success, and I look forward to seeing you in the upcoming lessons. And like I said, my phone's always on. So do you have my cell phone number? I texted to you, no? Well, no, 917-974-0704. Let me just see if I sent it to you. What came up now? 305? Okay. So I'm going to send you these your login credentials again, only because it has. I had you write it down, but it has the modules and lessons that you're going to have to download the cheat sheets for. Okay. And if you have any questions whatsoever, don't speed through. Take your time. Do the welcome stuff. Do the course overview. You have the entire course overview that you can go into, and do lesson 1 tonight, when you have peace and quiet, and then move. And I'm telling you, some of the lessons are short. You're going to be tempted to move on. Trust me. Okay? Trust the process. All right, Danielle. I'm gonna check on you in a few days to see how you're doing. All right? Congratulations. Talk to you soon. Bye. So that's it, folks. That was our call. You couldn't really hear what she was saying to me on the phone end, but you could hear what I was saying. It's really simple process that we walk you through. The lessons and the training is laid out in such a way that you gain working knowledge, and I think that that's the most important asset. And the fact that I coach you through the interview process and help you revise your resume with the necessary knowledge and skills that you're going to need to progress your career. So if you like the video, share the video with someone you know in the car business. I mean, the limited time offer that I presented yesterday just generated a lot of awareness, a lot of interest. People took action. People are jumping on the phone and getting started. What's stopping you? All right, I'm going to be signing off. Chris Gonzalez, you be great.